Hello everyone, this is Carly at Crafting with Class, and today I have a Chinese Lunar New Year card for a friend, and this is how it turned out, which I was pretty happy about. And this is the inside for the year of the rat. So let me show you how this card came together. So first I started by die cutting the die out of Gina masking paper and also from black cardstock. So here I am removing the liner from the masking paper because I want to ink blend the background. So I am placing it at the bottom of Bristol Smooth cardstock, making sure that all the little bits and pieces, because this is a very intricate die, so I want to make sure that everything is absolutely adhered down. So I'm going to start with some Distress Oxide ink in mustard seed, and I'm going to use the blender brushes to get a nice blend with that. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to the next color, which is Ripe Persimmon, and I'm going to go ahead and do the mid-tone color. I want to create a gradient with these three shades. The next one I'm going to use is Candied Apple, so I want that at the very top, and I'm going to go ahead and do this process again just to get a more saturated color. So I'm going to go back to the Ripe Persimmon and add more of that orange color and then the yellow at the bottom or near the bottom of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to blend these colors a little bit more and add more depth to that background. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of work those colors together, and there, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the cardstock or secure it down to the craft mat that I have adhered, or not adhered, but kind of just placed on this clipboard so I can move it. I'm going to tape down the stencil. This is the Magical Sky stencil from Echo Park, and I'm using some glitter paste that I wrapped the lid of with some press and seal, which is a trick from Amy R, which was brilliant because yes, that definitely keeps the paste from drying up. So I'm spreading it all over the stencil, making sure that I get all the nooks and crannies, because this again is a very detailed stencil. It's fireworks, which is what I want in the background. So I'm removing the tape, peeling up the stencil, and then of course the big reveal, which is hard to tell here, but it's really nice. And there I removed the masking paper and letting it dry. So now it's dry, and now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the black cardstock panel. So I'm using some liquid glue. This is the Nuvo adhesive that I love. It's a really great glue. It dries clear, and it holds great. Plus it's pretty inexpensive for the amount of glue that you get, considering how well it works and how little you need. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere the panel to, or adhere the die cut to the panel, but I forgot I wanted to add a strip of black glitter cardstock to the bottom to kind of look like a reflection of the water. And so I am adding that, and thank goodness for the wet adhesive so I can pull it up because it hasn't dried down all the way yet, and I can slip that little piece of cardstock underneath, and I will be going ahead and trimming off the edges. No harm, no foul. Okay, so now it's nice and secured, and I'm going to go ahead and trim off those little ends with my scissors. Alright, so next step is I want to work on the sentiment. So the greeting comes from the Lunar Sayings stamp from Mama Elephant. I am heat embossing that and then using some detailed gold embossing powder. So there I am just putting the excess back. And so now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the little panel to the front, and I am checking to make sure that the Chinese characters are positioned in the right way because I wouldn't know. So I have to check the stamp, double check the stamp. So I'm going ahead and putting it on the right side of my cardstock panel. And this is a paperweight. That's what I like to use to hold down anything that I want to put some pressure on. I don't like using my acrylic blocks because I use those for stamping and I don't like having glue on them. So this way the paperweight has nice pressure to keep things down and I don't have to worry about cleaning it off and all that. Alright, so now I'm putting some Pretty Pink Posh little blingies on there. And these are kind of like holographic or iridescent, so they have a really nice change of color and it kind of goes with the background even though it's hard to see here. So I'm going to put all those back through the little ear of my little kitty tray there. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the inside. So I'm going to stamp from the Lunar Animals, which is a little rat because it is the year of the rat, and the little sentiment from the Lunar Saying stamp set again. I'm going to stamp it with the Gina K amalgam ink. I'm going to stamp it a couple of times just to get a really great impression. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the card base, and this is a sheet of black cardstock. I am switching to my Teflon bone folder because I'm spoiled like that and I'm used to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the panel to the card base using some more liquid glue, which gives me a little wiggle room to make sure it's right where I want it. And then I'm going to do the same with the inside panel. And that is the card. Pretty simple. And I hope you like it. I really like the way that it came out, and I hope my friend enjoys it in the new lunar year of the rat. Thanks so much for watching, and here are the supplies that I used. If you want to check them out, I will list them in the description box for you as well. Thanks so much for watching this video, for liking, subscribing, and commenting. I always enjoy reading your messages, and thanks for watching. Bye.